Hi guys, welcome to your channel. This is Starseeds for Love, and I'm Vinoth. I hope all of you doing good, and I'm planning to have a session today. Today was like wanted to record this video where I just thought. And one of the key things which I wanted to start doing was to explain my experiences of this spiritual awakening and the transformation that the journey that I'm going through at this point of time. So, so how did this happen all of a sudden? Is like I just out of the blue it started actually. As I said, like if you had seen my life journey set of things, you'd kind of get a background of how so far my life was. And then as you see during that period, I what I found was I was completely unhappy with almost every other situation in my life. Like though unhappy in the sense I used to feel there was something not. I was not happy in the sense sometimes I'm happy and most of the time I'm sad. I sad or something's not right. I was I was just having that constant thing. So I thought maybe it's we always blame it on fate. It is just fate. It is going to be the this won't work, that won't work, and then that is how most of the times you just kind of okay, fine. If any failures happens, you're just okay. This is fate. You have to be like this, that. You just blame it on fate or something, and then I was like, okay, fine. This is how life is, and I used to like use those kind of reasons and then feel okay, fine, we'll move on. Like I just try to cope up with using that as a reason. So uh, in the sense like but I usually had this, like sometimes they had songs where they say don't blame it on like fate or anything. You have your own destiny, you can write your own destiny, create your own destiny, kind of thing, which sometimes made sense, didn't sometimes didn't make sense. Sometimes you feel like you can do achieve something. So but from a very young at a young age I was kind of inclined to doing a bit of meditation. Was one thing I thought I will start off doing it when I was in school, I think so, at one point. And but then that time the awareness of meditation was not there. And my parents didn't like me, especially my dad didn't like me to do meditation because it was like they thought that it is from, if you have mental health issues, then you do all such things and all. And he was like, no, instead you go play and things like that. They didn't want me to do something which was not a normal practice for anybody in the family, whole family. So nobody has done that. And I kind of got that awareness through some either through a book or something, I think so. That was the first time I remembered that I thought of doing it, because it was a way to focus, because I wanted to focus on my studies, because I was having the pressure of now see the uh, adolescent age. I struggled being gay and to live a life without knowing what was I going through. I think that is where I was trying to seek some get some help, and that was the reason I thought of meditation, because I heard meditation will do help us kind of get better, better and good in our education and things like that, like how we study and stuff. So I thought maybe that is the way we can help ourselves. But then we had a. I still remember it was the day when my dad told, no, you shouldn't be, don't do all that right now, because it was like more thinking in terms of nobody is done in the family, why would you do that? So in fact he told rather go play outside, because I was not a person who like to play outside and all. So I would so I just kind of let go that interest. And but there was always this curiosity in me saying either it will be about or something about the external world, like I mean external world means something out of this world, something is there, or like the alien kind of things and all. I usually have an interest to watch those documentaries or anything for that matter, and it's kind of fascinating for me for some reason, though it is like a thrilling kind of things. The other side is there was something in me always constantly thinking there should be something new discovery, and it cannot be like this. I had that kind of thing. And also there was like also on the other dimensions, like in the sense, like what happens when people die. Those kind of quests for me was more there. But I was scared of that time, scared of ghosts and these things, because in the movies and all, normally I don't rarely watch it, but I get scared, like, oh, what if ghosts come, this come, and all these things. Fear was there. I usually get scared of what thing, but I watch those kind of documentaries. I mean, not documentaries. Sometimes movies once in a while I watch, and then but I get very scared actually, and then remember I watched this Paranormal Activity. There was this movie, I think so. At one, I was in Bangkok at that point of time, and I just watched it. I watched it during a daytime. I just watched alone. Then as the sunset, as the evening came through, then I'm just suddenly realizing, oh my, I was living alone in my, like, in the apartment, but neighbor, my friend, was also there. Then I just suddenly felt, suddenly in the looking at that, I am so much scared of that, like, sounds, like some noise comes or something, you just start like, what is that noise sound? Because once you become very sensitive. So at that time I remember still, I called my friend to come down. I mean, I asked him to come over, and then I said, please stay with me till sometime. I was like, because every room I go, I felt it was very like, there was no, something was like behind me, or I just felt like that all the time. Oh, something is coming out, because I didn't realize during daytime I saw the movie and it was okay because it was sunlight and everything was fine. And as the darkness came through, and the movie, it will be like that only when the person is in the other room, this side, some activity. I constantly started thinking like that, okay, and that gave me like literally asked my friend, can you please stay here, because we both were next to each other, and then I told, just stay here. And afterwards I went that night. I couldn't sleep. I was the whole night sitting sitting and keeping music. I couldn't sleep at all. I'm just thinking what here there any sound would come. I'm just switching on, the light is on, and I'm just like constantly didn't want to keep anything. I didn't want to hear, like, what to say. There was a moment of silence. I didn't want. I just playing songs loud as possible and didn't sleep. And then next day I called my friend. I said, today you're going to stay here no matter what happens. And then so the next day, until the next day, again made him stay, and 2 3 days I made him stay, and then only got over the fear of it. And no wonder you said, why on earth you watch these movies and then feel like that. But then for me it was like fascinating. Like, fascinating means just to get that thrill of it, or something was there. And but then again, afterwards I watch regularly many Discovery Channel. I used to watch these what was the famous program there? I forgot the name of it. But it is like haunting kind of things and all. I watch it. It's really nice, and then I get scared. Oh, maybe something's going to. And then I just this was kind of things I usually go into, all these kind of programs where it is not the normal, like, whatever series or anything for that matter, or sports that matter. I don't watch that much of it. So I was more into all these wildlife, if it all comes, and I'll be all animals are my favorite, especially. It's like I can sit for hours and watch them just exploring and going. And I mean, that is one of my greatest interest, is that also to wildlife. And then also I had interest in terms of watching documentaries on crimes, detective things, and especially people who have psychic abilities, all these things. I used to like watch them at awe, like, oh wow, such an ability they have. It's like something which I was like wondering, wow, if we had such things like that and all. I randomly keep on thinking about it, and I had no clue. But then I was thinking, because I thought those were all born with such capabilities. So I thought, okay, great, how they could talk to the people from the other side who are passed away. They can talk to them, like mediumship and all. And people who could predict things, who could tell, like, whatever they could hear or something like that and all. I was like, wow, great, that is so fascinating actually. I was like, the baby. I mean, I usually wonder how it is to be in their if I had those kind of capabilities, how it would be. I used to imagine and think, because sometimes they go to the celebrities, they will have these kind of things where they go. There's Tyler Perry, I don't know his name. I think there are 2 3 psychic mediums. There are famous ones whom I just watched their programs. It was very nice, where they kind of just talked about their past ones. They said this is so fascinating to see how. So that made me get into more into what happens after death, where are we going, those kind of questions were there. And I used to read books or kind of see programs which helps me understand, make sense of what this life is all about. I just wanted that question was always there. Am I here to do anything? Like, is this what we are going to do? And because it was so boring in terms of what I did was, even studies was okay, and you're studying and everything was okay, because you're doing it as part of like what others do and things. And I did what else today? Then in the college, yeah, it is all regular, right? You read from the books, you write exam answers and whatever it is. And then as soon as I joined my work, there was absolutely, I would say, very the amount of the studies that I've learned till my college. I wouldn't say I didn't directly use. I maybe the basic things you would have used. Say, I'm not complaining that there is nothing that we didn't use, but I'm saying the kind of subjects that I read in my engineering, I didn't use anywhere in my job. Basically, I would say at least maybe 10 to 20% of it I would have used here and there, I think so, if at all there is anything. But then I just felt like, what was this all about? Like, why did we even study so many years for? What was the reason? I mean, I didn't make sense of it, and I was not happy with the job that I started, and everything was like against thing. But I was doing it because others were doing it, and we had to come live up to the expectations of parents, live up to the expectation of your society, and you have to adhere to the society, peers, everybody, right? Like relatives, everyone. You have to have this thing called, like, we have to be either a doctor or engineer kind of a thing scenario. And especially that is where also we are like beggars cannot be choosers kind of, where in India it was very difficult to get job, and on top of that somehow you landed in such jobs, makes you feel like you're so privileged. I mean, it's something great, and irrespective of whether you like it or not, getting a job, once you get a job, that's it. Then you feel like, wow, we have got the opportunity now. It's like you have to hold on to it. And so that is where I think my thing started. What to say, like, I just kind of did it for the sake of others, and not that I thought too much about whether I'm feeling happy and to do this or not. I thought this was out of compulsion and out of the necessity to sustain the lifestyle which we have, right? Like, to maintain the lifestyle, and to maintain a class in the society, I would say. I'm not really sure whether you use the right word, but then I think that is the word which I can think of. It is just a way to, yeah, to maintain your status quo in your society and wherever you are. And once you are in the job, whether you like it or not, outside you can always say, yeah, oh, yeah, I'm getting money, this and that. So you live very kind of an artificial life. I was living the way I could sense it was. Yeah, everybody looks at you and thinks, oh, he's got an IT job, yeah, he's got a thing. And I personally felt like I was living a very fake life. Actually, it was just the pride of it, whether you're doing such a great job or not. I usually felt like, really, is this the job we are doing? And because people from outside look at us, and then they think it's something great. And great means, like, yeah, of course, I'm not undermining anybody, just saying that it was something. I was living in a world where it was all fake, because because I was in a job, because I was earning money. People used to, like, talk to me, people used to praise me, people just valued my things because I was having a job, earning money. But it didn't come from a place where, I think, at least, I'm not painting everybody, but at least most of the people who came across gave me respect just because I had a job, rather than if I had no job, and if I was having the same qualities as being a wonderful, kind person and jobless. I wouldn't have got. It's my understanding. Maybe if it is my understanding or anything, if I am misunderstood, also I don't know. But sometimes you feel right. Your self-respect comes from how independent you are, also. So all these things pressurized, and what I'm saying is all these things. If you see these factors, everything played, and we kind of our interest. And I also had like painting. Oil painting was one of my things, and cooking or even fashion designing. All these were my real interest, like catering or like all these were real interest for me actually wherever. But then I just switched into the line where it was more like a herd of sheep. You have to go along with the crowd. Just thought, okay, let's go with it. Only we have to somehow land into a job and this. So that's how my entire the life was set up. So personal life also, there was nothing unique about. Only thing I should say, I was gay, so that was the only thing which was making me unique in my own way. In one way, it was I felt okay, you're different from others, but the same thing made me feel bad about myself. So again, there was another conflict to handle. And so relationship wise, I never had any relationship or things. And friendship was one thing which I had. Very good friends. I've got a nice set of friends. And even then I couldn't keep up with some of them because of the conflict that I was going personally, and I was traveling a lot here and there for job. Like as part of the job, I used to go to different countries and stay, so I lose contact and things like that. So I couldn't establish a set of a firm foundation, one place to say with the same set of friends. But all in all ways, things were all in scattered and all different directions it was going. And then that's where, as I said in my last once I came to London, everything started like suddenly get aligned, in the sense like things were okay, and I felt like London should be a place where I thought I would stay. And that's when I found I had my real relationship. And that's when the thing normally what happened, that's where the relationship ended up being a very abusive one. And that made me question, because after 38 years of my life with so many hardships, so many things I'm facing, even without interest I'm doing so many things. I'm thinking I've done everything for God. Like I'm basically, I believe in God. I'm basically an Hindu, so I am a deity. We have a god and goddesses. So I just daily pray a little bit, not going to the temple regularly or anything. Once in a while I go to the temple. Otherwise, generally I just pray mornings and evening. Mornings, at least one time I will pray. That's it. So I was like that kind of a person, not too much into spirituality or anything. But I always felt like in your heart, if you're pure and things, that should be enough, is what I was always thinking like that. That's where I was then thinking, I've done everything to my level best. Like maybe I'm not saying 100%, but at least the life I live, I did it for the others. Like I was thinking I'm doing everything, but then there's like some difficulty. Every time there's a difficulty. Every time there's something. Either you won't get your like promotions on time, or something would not work out, or you're getting your visa delayed, or visa this one, you can't travel, you can't do this, or all these things were coming in between. I thought all these struggles will pass through. It's then we will. I mean, God is seeing all these things. He will reward us the right thing. And somehow that kind of a belief was there. So the more you struggle, like God is testing you, so you will get rewarded one day or the other. So that with that kind of hope, you can kind of keep moving forward. Okay, fine, this goes off, in this failure, okay, this is the learning, and then go, which was okay in a way. It was helping. But then I was just not living my life after a point of time, because I was not true to like at in between the 30s. I just felt like I was not anymore liking a job. I didn't like myself. I didn't like everybody. There was nothing that. Why am I even doing that? I was like wondering, what am I doing? What is this? What is the reason I'm really running around for work, doing so much of hard work for what? Is there anything, any reason, any good reason? There was nothing I could find. I just that's total. Somehow I'm like living others' dreams basically. If you see, for example, it would be a great pride for my parents that to see me in this role or whatever, in this job. But it was, if you ask me, I wouldn't have taken that. Rather, I would have gone to some architect, or just been like a catering into the, like a cook or something for that matter, the chef, I would say. So, but then that was not like something appreciated. If I stood there, they may not be this much happy or something. So we give in for their interest, also their wish to make them happy and proud. So we try to compensate our life, and then again the society's needs, we go with that, to not to come out as gay, proud gay or anything. You cannot talk about it and things. So again, to maintain the family status quo, and also the society, we have to just again deny the real real the real person. And on top of that, once you don't have these two foundation, and then there was a point in having a relationship. Only thing there was, which was going fine, was the friendship part of it. And I think even in friendship, it is like I was not 100% true, right? So there again, you have problems. So everything was questionable in our lives. So I was always thinking, what is this? I'm living life for what? What is the purpose of? What am I trying to achieve out of all this? And but anyways, I was gay. I knew I was not going to marry. At least I was thinking that it's not going to happen if I was in India. So, and then I was thinking, what am I really earning this money? So much, like whatever money I was earning and saving and things. I'm just wondering, what what would happen if I die tomorrow? It's all gone. Like, right, I would be struggling today to do so much, take the pressure, stress, everything out, and not eating properly, and I mean, extending the day, staying late nights, and this and that. You stretch yourself, do all these hard work, everything. Okay, if you have a family, maybe that's how we look at your family, kids. They, for them, we do other things. So it was always like questioning. And finally, after this disastrous events in my life, which took me down to the bottommost, I was like, till then, you see how much of hardship I was facing, but still, it didn't provoke me to take action, to do something to change your life, to change something, to make sure that you live for your own passion, for your own interest. It didn't change me. I didn't that much. The pain didn't cause me to do any actions quickly to either come out and live your life like this, and the be true to yourself, those kind of questions. So whether you're really living your life purpose, you're happy from inside or not, was something which I thought people will never be happy. Like most of them, if you see around, they always have problems, and that's why you have temple or church or mosque, wherever you go for asking for like all that happiness. This is how you think, and everybody say life is always going to be tough, life is going to be this, life will not be so smooth. Nobody says they were happy all the time, so nobody says that. I haven't heard it, at least. So you go with that feeling, okay, life is going to be tough, and like this only. So since I had all that, there was no point. At no point I gave in a thought that I should change my career path totally. Let me try something. I was just going with it, like yes, day in day out. I was just going with it. Though whatever failures come in my job, sometimes anything goes against me, or it becomes more and more tough. You find more toxic people in your workplace also, the ones who make you work extra, and like. Everything happens, you ignore means like you will take it up, you'll take the beating. You think this is the life, this is how it is going to go, we have no other choice in that is when the downfall came, and the next level of what indication comes for you to say, okay, fine, now it's time to realign your soul. Is soul call will come, it seems. So that's where it just triggers events that would ultimately make you question, why is this happening to me? Like the question is, why I've done everything, I've just been like this, I've been like that, I've been a good person, everything I've done, and why me? It's like and then the urge to find, like, how can someone abuse me like this? How can I be in this place I never imagined, and how could this happen? And then I just I question that whole thing again. What happened now? What was this all about? For what am I going? That is when you come into this whole thing of spiritual awakening. Wow, I said, wow, what is spiritual awakening? And that is the first time I got to know in last January, after my downfall of my during December, almost November, December, it started. I knew my thing was going in a very bad state, actually, my relationship, and then it went to the rock bottom, hit the rock bottom, I'd say. And that's when I just had to kind of get myself back together, and then to understand what happened, why this happened. I got the answer as to now your awakening. So how did that come about? And more into my details about what was happening, I'll explain you in the next video. So if you like the video, please do subscribe if you're new. Otherwise, please click on the like button, and do leave me comments. I'll definitely take a look at it and get back to you. And hope you like the video, and I'll catch you on the next part. Yeah, thank you. Bye.